Trinity Forest Golf Club in Dallas wasn't just hosting the U.S. Junior Amateur, it was hosting a moment. The moment when Charlie Woods, son of golf's most iconic figure, stepped onto the tee box under a pressure most teenagers will never feel. From the first swing of the day, it was clear this wasn't just another junior round. This was a televised spectacle. Cameras tracked every move. Fans lined the ropes, hoping to catch a glimpse of both Woods-men. Yahoo Sports called the atmosphere unusually electric for a junior event. Golf Digest described the pre-round buzz as something closer to a major championship than an amateur qualifier. Charlie hadn't just arrived, had arrived with expectations. Behind him, just inside the ropes, was Tiger. Arms crossed, hat low, silent. The New York Post ran the headline before the first hole was finished. Tiger walks the fairways, but this isn't his round. And that silence? It spoke volumes. No nods, no whispered coaching, just presence and pressure. And on paper, Charlie had every reason to believe he belonged. He had just captured an AJGA title, and that 3-for-1 playoff at Coral Springs? Clutch. He didn't write his last name into this tournament, he earned it. NBC Sports went as far as to say, Charlie Woods isn't just in the field, he is the field. Everything was in place, the form, the headlines, the crowd. This was his runway. This was the start of something big. But by the end of day 2, that same crowd was whispering for all the wrong reasons. If the anticipation at Trinity Forest was sky high, then what followed on day 1 came crashing down just as hard. Charlie Woods, the most talked about name in the field, carded an 81. That's plus 11. And just like that, he plummeted to a tie for 242nd out of 264. A staggering number. A stunning fall. From the opening holes, the signs were there. His first drive sailed right. The second missed the fairway altogether. Then came the errors, 4 double bogeys across the round. Wedges came up short. Putts lipped out. Tempo vanished. The broadcast team stopped talking about his shot making and started talking about his composure. Golf magic was blunt. This wasn't what anyone expected. And they were right. By the time he made the turn, Charlie was already plus 8. The front 9 was a disaster both statistically and visually. Yahoo Sports captured the most haunting image of the day, a glance at Tiger and back down again. The crowd noticed, the cameras noticed, and more importantly, Charlie noticed. It wasn't just the scorecard that unraveled. It was his posture, his pace, his body language. Shoulders started to sag. The bounce in his step? Gone. The confident red on the green? Replaced with hesitation. This wasn't frustration, it was something deeper. It looked like a young player realizing, in real time, that the moment might be bigger than he expected. Golf Monthly didn't sugarcoat it either. It's an uphill task now. And that was before day 2 even began. From contender to crisis, all in one brutal round. This wasn't just a stumble. It was a free fall in real time. Sometimes a scorecard tells a story. Other times, it screams. And in Charlie Woods' case, the stats from round 1 weren't just bad, they were brutal. Let's start with fairways hit. Per NBC's coverage, Charlie ranked near the bottom of the entire field. Only a handful of players found fewer. It wasn't just about power, it was placement. Miss left. Miss right. Trouble off the tee meant he was constantly playing recovery golf. That's a losing battle in a tournament of this caliber. Scrambling? Minimal success. WFAA's post-round analysis pointed out that Charlie converted only one of several up-and-down chances, a glaring red flag in junior elite golf. Every time he missed the green, bogey or worse felt inevitable. The short game, usually a strength for someone who grew up learning on PGA Tour setups, simply vanished under pressure. And then there was the putter. Long, short, misread, mishit. His putting average for the round ranked among the worst of the day. 2 3-putts on the front 9. A lip-out par save on 16. The flat stick never warmed up and neither did Charlie. The greens at Trinity Forest are demanding yes, but on day 1 they swallowed him whole. The numbers don't soften the blow, plus 11 after 18 holes. According to Golf Digest, the cut wasn't closing in, it was already gone. The projected match play line hovered around plus 2. That left Charlie 9 shots back with just 1 round to go. Not impossible, but statistically improbable, especially after a round where nothing clicked. And it wasn't just a poor start, it was a full statistical spiral. You can recover from one bad hole, But not this kind of stat sheet. Trinity Forest wasn't just a test for Charlie Woods, it was a silent drama unfolding between father and son. Tiger was there, of course, walking inside the ropes, every step in sync with his son's. But unlike past events, the AJGA tournaments, the PNC championships, even his public coaching sessions this time was different. Arms folded, hat pulled low, no smiles, no fist bumps, no words. Yahoo Sports described him as stone-faced from the first tee to the 18th green. The Dallas Morning News called it the quietest round Tiger's ever walked. The greatest golfer of all time stood just feet from his son, and yet he felt miles away. That wasn't by accident. There were no whispered swing tips, no reads on putts, no soft reset chats between holes, just silence. And in that silence, the tension grew louder than any crowd roar. Analysts began to notice. Was this Tiger's version of tough love? Was he giving Charlie space, or was he retreating from the pressure too? One golf magic analyst said it best. It was like Tiger knew this had to be Charlie's moment, even if it crumbled. Because this wasn't about fixing a backswing. This was about learning what it means to fall in front of everyone. And Tiger, perhaps more than anyone, knows what it's like to have the whole world watch you break. The cameras caught a subtle moment late on the back nine, Charlie looking up after a missed putt, searching the gallery. He locked eyes with his dad for half a second. Tiger didn't flinch. He didn't need to. When Tiger walks away, it's not just a result, it's a message. Charlie Woods walked onto the tee for round two, knowing exactly what was at stake and exactly how far behind he was. He played better, cleaner, more controlled. A 74 on the day, just +3. It was the kind of round that might have earned respect in different circumstances. But here, it wasn't enough. Not even close. After the damage from day one, Charlie finished the tournament at +14, a full 12 strokes behind the match play cut. NBC Sports called it one of the highest profile exits of the championship. Golf Digest echoed the sentiment. A better swing, but the damage had already been done. The numbers don't lie, and in golf, there's no bailout, no bench to retreat to, just the scorecard and the sting. Still, something was different about round two. The slumped shoulders of day one were straighter, the pacing sharper, the body language more composed. He was fighting, and that matters. But this isn't the AJGA, this isn't Coral Springs, this was the US Junior Amateur, and the lights burn hotter here. And then came the walk. The New York Post captured the image. Tiger Woods, arms still folded, sunglasses on, walking off behind his son. No words, no wave, no nod to the gallery, just a slow exit into the Dallas heat. For a father who once ruled the game, watching his son stumble on this stage must have hit different. And for Charlie, it must have hit hardest of all. But here's the truth. Greatness isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in moments like this, when the cameras stop rolling, and the only thing left is the question of whether you'll get back up. Charlie's out, but what happens next might define him forever.